movie didn't just feel like comic book accurate. It was comic book accurate. Like the energy, the pacing, the way Clark cleared himself, the Hey, all you hot girls and cosmic nerds. Welcome back to Pretty Good Movies, a channel where I give it to you straight, no chaser, especially when it comes to the cape-wearing, world-saving, emotionally available mid of cinema. And today, we're talking about Superman. Yes, the new Superman. And before we really get into this, you already know what's coming. This is not a spoiler-free movie review, sorry. If you haven't seen it yet and you don't want it spoiled for you, then I'm just going to give you the chance to leave now. I won't be offended, I promise. But for everyone else, sit down, have a seat, lay down, whatever you would like, stand up, it doesn't matter. I've got opinions, I really want to talk about this. So, before I get into it, let's quickly just break down what this movie is actually about. So, Superman follows Clark Kent, aka Superman, trying to balance his alien identity with his human values while dealing with Lex Luthor, who's just doing the absolute most per usual. Lex is like out here pitching a replacement for Superman called Planet Watch, his own thing, introducing Ultraman, the Superman knockoff basically, who was out here beating up Superman, like, it was crazy. But, meanwhile, Lex is doing this, Clark is already dating Lois Lane, like, I'm so happy that we skipped that whole thing, I'm glad that they're already established. Lois and Clark are like navigating this like real adult relationship issues. There's world-ending threats. There's nosy co-workers that I love. There's Krypto, the dog who's adorable. I love Krypto. There's Mr. Terrific showing up being like low-key iconic. And then there's super robots in Superman's cave now. Like that's kind of wild. I love it. But things really get wild when Lex goes full psycho and teams up with the U.S. government to basically drag Superman through hell. And then just when you think it can get any more ridiculous, we find out Lex has been like cloning Superman. Like, what's going on here? Yeah, I don't know. So here's what I loved. Starting with the fact that we actually got a backstory in text, like a summary at the beginning of the movie, instead of spending the first like 45 to an hour rehearsing how Clark like landed in Kansas. Like, finally, someone got the memo. We've heard the origin story 1,000 times. No one really needs it again. I'm not trying to say don't do it at all, but I appreciated skipping all that. Like, we don't need another montage of a baby flying through space. Like, I promise. We don't need that. So shout out to James Gunn for that. He's hopped right into the good stuff. So Superman starts this movie injured, and honestly, I did love that. It was rare. It's really rare to see Superman vulnerable, I feel like, lately. Like, usually we would just see him super. I don't know. There's also the Superbots, which I didn't even know that were needed, but it was cool. I love seeing that cool take. There was like these little like 5 robots in his cave that he had that would like help heal him. And then there was Krypto, and Krypto is honestly like one of my favorite people of this movie. Like, this dog was like loyal. The dog was like crazy, and I love a good loyal crazy dog. And then we have to get to Lex Luthor, and let me just say, I've never hated Lex Luthor more in my life than in this movie. And that's really a compliment, because Nicholas Hoult was like in his hater bag with this. Like, I don't know, he like made Lex so deeply annoying and bitter that I could physically feel that like hatred coming through the screen. He's been watching Superman every move for like years. You can tell it's been eating him up. Like, I just genuinely think he doesn't want to defeat Spider-Man. He wants to be not Spider-Man, Superman. He wants to be Superman. Like, if you want to be Superman, just say that. Just admit you want to be the hero. And he kind of did admit that at the end, but I digress. Also, why did no one stop this man from creating Ultraman? Like, hello? The U.S. government just kind of let this fly by because he has money. Like, and it's just the fact that he cloned Superman. Like, it was just a casual thing. And then the clone beats Superman multiple times, which makes sense. They're like talking Superman's code into his ear. It's so weird. Like, the Planet Watch pitch had me really rolling my eyes because you could just tell it's coming from hatred. And then the government turning against Superman is a classic move, of course. It's funny how the whole world flips on you for like the second that you do something that they don't like. It's weird. And then the fact that they teamed up with Lex Luthor, of all people, really had me yelling at my screen because, like, are you dumb? You guys can't see that he just hates that man? Like, what? Let me just talk about Lois Lane too. I did love her in this movie. Like, this version of Lois is like true to character. She's sharp, she's sarcastic, she's strong. She wasn't just there to be saved. I love that. Like, they're already dating, and the banter between her and Clark is like so good. Like, yes, I do love the adult relationship that we see with that. Their dynamic felt really real. You know, she's flying ships, she's making jokes, she's really holding her own, and I was really here for it. And yeah, I really just love that we didn't need to save her. It wasn't like a damsel in distress. I love that for her. Jimmy was also funny too, though I do have to say I think he was just funnier than anything else, because I do love the actor that played him. You know, he's lovable, he's awkward in a fun way, and he has like a twist that the inside source is Lex Luthor's girlfriend, which is iconic. And speaking of Eve, okay, I didn't know she actually existed. I don't know if they made that character up, or maybe I'm just not deep enough in lore, but I loved the character Eve. She's a little annoying, but I did love her character still. And then Green Lantern pops up, and he's like loud and obnoxious, but in like a funny way. Like, I was not expecting to join him, but I did. The like Justice Group overall was like kind of you know, except for Mr. Terrific. He was the highlight for me, honestly. His sarcasm, his intelligence, the way he just casually took over, and just like, give that man a spinoff, please. And I just love that he helped Lois save Superman just to spite Guy. Like, I do love that, and I wish I saw more of Hawk Girl, so I had more of an opinion on her. And yeah, let me just say that this was the most emotional I've seen Clark, I feel. Like, he's like reflecting, he's like actually acting like a real person with real like emotions, and it made me like him even more. Even the small moment where he like swaps out the Kryptonian footage for memories with his Earth parents at the end, that was beautiful. Like, chef's kiss. And speaking of his Earth parents, thank you for finally having the Kansas parents with accents. Like, it was such a small thing, but it's so satisfying. Like, yes, the Midwest exists, and yes, they have accents. Thank you. The villainy in this really ramped up hard towards the end. I mean, like, Lex was like cloning Superman, controlling the media, working with the president. Like, he was in his villain arc, and it like I've never seen a villain like this before. But I love that Krypto, of all people, I mean, Krypto was the one to take him down at the end. Like, I love that Krypto, of all people, like that. This made me love dogs even more. Like, chef's kiss for real. And then shout out to that one giant rift in the middle of the city that just kind of magically fixed itself, like pieced itself back together. That was real convenient, and I was really wondering, like, how are they gonna fix that? But that was real convenient. Like, I can acknowledge that. I like that. Supergirl's brief appearance was also a treat, and the plot twist that Krypto is actually her dog and not Superman's was adorable. I did love that moment. I loved seeing why Krypto is so rough, because he was literally just flipping her around back and forth. I understand why he doesn't listen, why he's so rough when he plays. With the fluff out the way, let's get into the deeper stuff. This movie didn't just feel like comic book accurate. It was comic book accurate. Like, the energy, the pacing, the way Clark cleared himself, the talk from Lois, the pettiness of Lex, like, all of it just felt right. They didn't really try to reinvent dark Superman into something dark and gritty. They just gave us Superman. You know, the pure, nerdy, kind-hearted Superman that we haven't seen done in a long time. And honestly, this is like the first Superman movie I've truly enjoyed and liked in years. Like, seriously, years. Like, this movie opens up so many doors for the DC universe, in my opinion, and like, I really think it's a return to form, or at least the start of one. And again, thank you for not dragging us to another origin story. Batman, take notes. Like, Clark just as Superman already, and we just having him as Superman already, we could just move forward from there, was amazing. Like, I praise Jesus, seriously. And let me say it loud for the people in the back. Henry Cavill was just not that great of a Superman. Like, I don't know, if it was just too intense, dark, and greedy. I needed something. Superman is happy. I needed something a little bit happier, but maybe that's not Henry Cavill's fault. So, but he's just not my Superman. I'm sorry, and I'm standing on that. But anyways, that's it for me today. If you're still here, you already know you're a real one. I would have left by now. So, hit like if you laughed, subscribe if you didn't laugh, and drop your favorite Superman person or portrayal, in the comments. Let's talk about it. I have opinions, and I'm nosy, and I want to know your thoughts. But yeah, this has been Pretty Girl Movies, where I talk my comic book mess, and I just refuse to shut up. Yeah, so bye.